What if Salesforce disappeared next year? What would you do as a Salesforce professional? As outrageous as this may sound, it's a reminder that learning new skills is always a smart move. Salesforce development has the ability to open doors outside the ecosystem. The skills you learn as a Salesforce developer can help you pivot into other areas of tech. In this video, we will go over 5 different ways that Salesforce development can help you unlock your true tech potential. It's time to elevate your skill set. Let's start off by taking a look at how Apex can help you learn new programming languages. Apex is Salesforce's programming language for building back-end logic. Many other programming languages share the same coding fundamentals as Apex. You just have to learn the syntax and nuances of other languages. Once you learn one programming language, it makes it easier to learn additional languages. For example, I have a background in computer science, so Apex wasn't my first programming language, but my knowledge of languages like Java, C#, and JavaScript helped me to learn Apex a lot faster. And once I learned Apex, it made it a lot easier for me to learn Python and even a little bit of bash scripting. With that being said, if you would like to learn programming languages that are similar to Apex, I would start off by ensuring that you understand the fundamentals of Apex. Once you have a good understanding of those concepts, you can learn Java since the syntax is pretty similar to Apex. Other good options are C#, Python, and JavaScript. These languages have object-oriented capabilities and can be used to build some cool stuff. For example, Python combined with the Pandas library can be used for data analysis and data transformations. I've actually used Python and Pandas for data migrations to Salesforce. There's also a Python library called Simple Salesforce that can be used to make API calls to Salesforce. But you don't have to focus on building tools for Salesforce. For example, if you're a gamer like myself, you could learn C# along with the Unity game engine to start building your own video games. And if you're interested in web development, you can learn JavaScript to build interactive web applications. The web applications you build can even be integrated with Salesforce. Speaking of JavaScript, let's talk about JavaScript Frameworks. The Lightning Web Component Framework is a JavaScript framework used to create UI components in Salesforce. These components are known as LWCs. Building LWCs requires knowledge of HTML, CSS, and of course, JavaScript. This knowledge can be used to learn other JavaScript frameworks. JavaScript frameworks allow you to structure your JavaScript code in a way that reduces repetitive code, while also offering a bunch of built-in functionality. For example, let's say that you are tasked with building an external web application that pulls in account data from Salesforce. What if the account data should be displayed in a card format similar to the example shown here? Well, we can use a framework like Next.js to create a card component that displays the passed-in account data. The single component can be used to dynamically generate multiple account cards based on the number of account records returned. JavaScript frameworks also have pre-built components that you can use, and there are even UI libraries that you can reference, which are similar to Salesforce's component library. If you're interested in web development, learning frameworks like React or Next.js can be beneficial to your career. But if you're more into the data side of things, you may want to learn some new query languages. SQL is Salesforce's query language, which allows us to retrieve data from Salesforce. But what if you are ever tasked with querying data in other databases? SQL is specific to Salesforce, so you won't be able to use it. But your knowledge of SQL can help you learn other query languages. SQL is a widely used query language that is very similar to SQL. Just look at how similar the basic syntax is. But SQL has some key features that SQL lacks, such as better capabilities for joining tables, the ability to perform CRUD operations, and more. By the way, CRUD operations are similar to DML operations in Salesforce. CRUD just stands for create, read, update, and delete. Now, there are other query languages that you can take a look at as well. For example, if you want to build those video games in C#, it may be beneficial to learn LINQ, which is a query feature that is built into C#. But what if you're still intimidated by learning all of these new programming languages? That's not a problem. you can always use an AI-powered coding assistant to help you get started. Salesforce offers Agentforce for developers, which is a coding assistant that helps developers speed up the development process through AI-powered code completion, insights, and more. But at the time of this video, Agentforce for developers is deeply integrated with the Salesforce platform. So you'll need another AI assistant to help with any development outside of Salesforce. This is where Github Copilot comes in. Github Copilot is a powerful tool that offers similar features as Salesforce, but supports a plethora of different programming languages and frameworks outside of the Salesforce ecosystem. One of the coolest features is having the ability to use this assistant right within GitHub's website, meaning you can ask for explanations of code in different repositories you come across, and even gain a better understanding of your team's code during pull requests. There are also other helpful features that you should check out. Best of all, a free version of GitHub Copilot is now available, so you can literally start using this feature today. You can always upgrade to the paid version if needed, which starts off at $10 a month. Now that you have a better understanding of different languages and frameworks, let's have a chat about cloud platforms. Salesforce is a popular cloud platform for CRM solutions, but there are other major platforms offering their own solutions in the cloud. Some of these platforms include ServiceNow, Microsoft Azure, AWS, and more. Learning a new cloud platform is similar to learning a new programming language. Once you learn the basics of one cloud platform, it makes it easier for you to learn additional platforms that share similar features. For example, several cloud platforms have low-code features just like Salesforce. ServiceNow has tools like the Flow Designer, and Microsoft Azure has tools like Power Automate. I've used both of these automation tools, and they're definitely similar to flows in Salesforce. Many cloud platforms also allow for custom development. You can even integrate these cloud platforms with Salesforce. If you need help getting up to speed on a new cloud platform, you are in luck. Several of these platforms offer learning paths similar to Trailhead, and also provide certifications to validate your knowledge. For example, I have a ServiceNow certification and plan on getting some AWS certifications in the future. So honestly, the possibilities are endless. So if you're a Salesforce professional and this video hasn't convinced you to learn Salesforce development, I honestly don't know what will. But seriously, learning Salesforce development is beneficial for your career, especially if you take that knowledge and learn skills outside of the Salesforce ecosystem. It is important to have a backup plan in today's job market. Learning Salesforce development can give you the confidence to branch out and try new things. You may have began your tech journey with Salesforce, but Salesforce doesn't have to be the final destination. Now let's go shock the world.